Listen well, for the tale I bear is one of valor, mystery, and the unfathomable turns of fate. It was a time when the shadows grew long from Mordor, and the free peoples of Middle-earth stood at the brink, ready to reclaim what was lost or fall into darkness. We, the armies of the free folk, marched to Ithilien, hearts braced for battle, swords ready to meet the foe we thought awaited us. But Ithilien greeted us with silence. No clash of steel, no war cries, only the whisper of the wind through the leaves. It was a silence that weighed heavy on our souls, for in war, silence is a herald of dread unseen. Then, as sudden as a storm upon the mountains, they appeared. Not an army vast and terrible, but 3 riders. 3. The Witch King of Angmar, a spectre of despair, Saruman the White, whose wisdom was twisted to treachery, and a captain of Rudale. We stood there, an army against 3, yet the air crackled with power, the earth trembled, and it seemed as though the very fate of Middle-earth hung in the balance. For in that moment, we knew not the strength of arms, but the strength of will would decide the day.
My heart is racing for a fucking game for children. Nice.
Anything like that. It's 21 hours and 5 minutes. So can you write it? Hacks? Sorry, hacks.
One by one, our cavalry fell, their valor undimmed even in the face of such dark adversaries. Each charge, though gallant, was met with defeat. The field was strewn with the fallen, and the hope that had once brightened our hearts grew dim. It was not the strength of arms that failed us, but the overwhelming shadow that those 3 cast upon the field, a shadow that seemed to swallow light itself. Day and night, the distinction blurred under the shadow of war. The armies of the free folk, weary yet unbroken, stood their ground in Ithilien, the land that had become a crucible for our resolve. Imagine the relentless assault, as ceaseless as the tides, each wave crashing against our shields, our swords answering in kind. The Witch King's presence was a chill in the air, a dread that sought to seep into our bones. Saruman's sorcery twisted the very landscape, making each step a battle against not just our foes, but the earth itself. And the captain, wielding knowledge of our tactics against us, ensured no plan went uncountered, no strategy brought us reprieve. Yet, amidst the relentless tide of despair, a glimmer of hope shone forth, a moment so fleeting it might have been missed, were it not for its monumental consequence. Amidst the chaos, a bowman, his name lost to the annals of history, but his deed immortalized in the heart of every free folk, drew his bow with a prayer on his lips. With a breath held in the balance, the arrow flew, true as the course of the stars across the heavens, and struck the captain's mount. A beast of war, it fell, and with it, the captain was thrown into the midst of our forces. The free folk, beleaguered and battered, found within them a surge of strength at this turn of fate. They encircled the captain, a ring of steel and resolve, and there, on that blood-soaked ground of Ithilien, they ended his wretched life. It was not merely a man that fell that day, but a symbol of the darkness that sought to envelop our lands. But victory, even in small measure, often draws the ire of the enemy with renewed fury. Like vultures circling a wounded beast, the Witch King and Saruman, witnessing the fall of their ally, descended upon our ranks with a wrath unmatched. Their response was swift, a dark storm unleashed with but one purpose: to crush the flicker of hope that had just ignited among us. Our lieutenant, a leader of valor and courage, who had rallied his men to seize the moment of advantage, now bore the brunt of their vengeance. With power dark and fearsome, the 2 remaining foes struck, their might focused upon him as a symbol of our defiance. lieutenant fell, his sacrifice a testament to the cost of resistance, a beacon of bravery extinguished too soon. Yet, even as darkness sought to reclaim its dominion, the resolve of the free folk did not break. For each life taken, for every light dimmed, a new resolve was kindled, a determination that this loss, this sacrifice, would not be in vain. And then, a turning of the tide, subtle yet as profound as the breaking of a long night. The Witch King and Saruman, those architects of despair, began to sense the futility of their onslaught. Despite their power, despite their malice, they could not extinguish the flame of resistance that burned within us.
I'm still alive and I am on the hill. Da, 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 da.
Hello, what is the situation?
I am on the hill, by the way. I'm still on the hill. I'm still on the hill. On the hill. Yee, yee. Oh my god.
Guys, win.
We won. Did we won?
Did they announce it? Wait until they announce it.
So, they fell back, those two harbingers of doom retreating into the shadows from whence they came. It was not a retreat marked by fanfare or the sounding of horns, but a silent acknowledgement of their failure to break us. In that moment, the free folk knew that though the cost had been dear, our will, our spirit, could not be overcome by darkness.